So here are 10 things that you do not want to do as a forex trader. Starting with the first one. This here has cost me many wins, and I'm talking about when you set your stop loss too tight. Now this mostly applies to scalpers because we usually have our stop losses pretty tight, but the primary reason is also because of spreads has cost me significantly. Usually when you have your stop loss, let's say below the candle for example, and you have spreads on different brokers, now sometimes price might come back to retest a particular zone or wherever the case might be, but on TradingView now, price hasn't actually broken through that candle where your stop loss is. Price has literally not hit your stop loss, right? But on your broker, due to spreads, you see that you've been stopped out and price then starts shooting the other way. Now you've been taken out of the trade, but the trade is still going exactly how you planned. This here has cost me significantly. So there's two solutions to this. Number one, if you know that you're a scalper, I would say maybe not even really about leaving maybe multiple pips, because this will cost you your RR. So the best thing that I personally like to do is that I remove my stop loss, but I'm super attentive, just because if prices to shoot through my stop loss now, I actually have to close manually and do this super quick. So I personally use magic keys, and I have made a video on that as well, to exactly what I use it for and why it's one of the best things. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. And the second thing you can do is simply find a broker that just has best, perfect spreads. Now I'm using a broker at the moment that the spreads is just so good. Probably the best spreads I've used so far. This is definitely amazing. So now I do not really have to face this issue anymore. Now this next one significantly increased my win rate. When I started doing this, it was just a game changer, and this was backtesting. Surprisingly, it seems like a normal thing that everybody should do, but me personally, I just didn't do it. I just thought there was no need to backtest. It seemed like a long thing to do, so I didn't do this for a while when I first started trading. But eventually when I started backtest, bro, I do this now all the time, because the primary thing that this does for you is increase your confidence. You can literally ask any trader, backtesting is key. Confidence is key when you trade. If you are not confident, you can know your strategy to the T. When your setup actually shows up for you to make that money now, because you're not confident, you're not going to take the trade and you don't make any money. So backtesting is almost the one thing that will help you gain confidence. That, and obviously trading in real time as well. So these are essential things that definitely will change your trading game. Just these two alone, I guarantee, will make a huge difference. But let's get on to the third one. So at the start, when you first start trading, please do not go for bigger accounts. I know we all want to make a lot of money. Most people start trading because they just want to make quick money, but you don't want to go for 50k, 25k, 100k prop firm accounts. If you don't know prop firm accounts are, then these are just companies that will give you funds to actually trade with, because obviously you don't have that kind of capital. So they give you the money, some in demo form, but when you actually do make the profit, they do actually pay you out and give you a percentage of what you earned. But you do not want to go for bigger accounts to start with. When I first started, I decided to go for 25k accounts, as default, right? I got used to the 25k accounts cost probably like $150, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but this meant that I was blowing through 25k accounts, bro. This is like early stages. When I mean I blew through so many, more than 10 easily. This cost me a whole bunch of money that I could have easily put into other things. Yeah, this money could have done a lot. So, and that's just me doing 25k's. There's multiple people who are probably done 50k accounts, 100k accounts, blew a ton of those. It is probably the most stupidest thing you can probably do, if I'm being very direct and straightforward with you, because when you actually need the money later on, now it's kind of tight. And this is one primary reason why many people quit as well, because they just blow through their funds at the beginning thinking that prop firm is just going to save their day, but they haven't actually really learned how to start making money. So what I highly recommend is that you start with the lowest that most prop firm providers, 5k. Start with a 5k. This would literally cost you about $30. That is significantly cheaper. If you blew multiple of this, even 10 of these, only $300, that's not really going to kill you. And once you've actually passed one of these, then you want to use that profit to get maybe a 25k. You pass that, use a 25k to get like a 50k, 100k. That way you're using the profits to get bigger accounts. Now the next is not using magic keys. Magic keys is basically this tool that I have right here. I use this every single day. There's no day that I do not use my magic keys, and this is simply because since I've had this, I no longer have to calculate lot size. Lot size is basically, obviously every trader should know that your lot size is what you use to, it's basically your money, how much you're putting on the line for every single trade. So since I had the magic keys, now all I have to do is press a single button, boom, in my trade, the percentage is calculated, everything is nice and smooth. If I'm being honest with you, I would say beginners, you don't really need this. You want to at least get used to calculating lot size a little bit, so you know you have the skill to do so. But eventually, once you know you're taking trading full time and you're doing this properly, definitely get a magic keys. Huge game changer. The only reason you wouldn't need one is if you're using set lot sizes, but if you're actually calculating lots, bro, definitely get one. 100% you would not regret it. Now, most beginner traders always lean towards using trading bots because you see a lot of ads that tell you to. You see a lot of ads that tell you that, you know, trades are being done for you. You simply have to just maybe give this guy more money. You get a trading bot of some sort. It's going to trade for you, print money for you. Don't get me wrong. There's probably somebody out there that's doing this full time making bread. Yes. But from the majority, I don't really know. I don't know how long these last for. Like, think about it. If these really make money, bro, why isn't everybody just doing it? If there's some sort of AI that'll just literally print money for you, like everybody should be doing it, because that literally takes zero skill. So do not use trading bot. I've made a video on this. I tried this myself just for the sake of experiment. I did use a trading bot, and when I used one, it literally burnt through my account in literally 2 days. $500 was what I was told to invest into it or whatever. The thing did well for day 1, day 2, the whole thing was gone. And when I actually asked them about it, they told me one funky excuse. They said there's nothing they can do, my $500 is gone. So I highly don't recommend you trading bot. It's best to just know the skill for yourself, start trading for yourself, because you know you can actually trade from anywhere, because you yourself are the trader. You know what you're doing. When people are dependent on you now, you know that you have the skill to make that money. It's just a better thing in general. It's just a win-win being able to trade for yourself. And similar to this as well, we also have copy trading. Do not copy trades. It's similar. So don't copy other human beings who also provide you with signals just to trade. Now, if they teach you, that's different. But if they're just telling you, here is their trades, you just put their trades in and their TP and their stop loss and that is it, it's just not really the one, man. Like, think about it. Like, at some point they're going to stop doing that, right? Does this now mean that your whole life is now going to be dependent on this individual? Does that mean you're going to be broke because they now stop trading? What happens when they stop? What happens if the person passes? There's so much that can go wrong with that. You want to have the skills to trade for yourself. 100% of the time, it's just a better thing. There's literally no argument with that. If you're letting somebody else trade for you and you're copying them, in my opinion, it just means that you ain't got the chest. You're just, I don't know, man. You're not really about that life. You're not really serious about it. I would say go through the pain, go through the losses, learn how to trade for yourself, because every single person who is a very good trader, you never hear them saying they just copy someone else's trades, bro. They are even the one teaching other people how to trade. So if they went through it, why not you go through it yourself and be that person who's able to teach somebody else? Copy trading simply wouldn't last for long, because eventually you're gonna have to find somebody else, or you're gonna have to start trading for yourself. But moving on to the next, this simply applies for most beginner traders again, and this is simply not rushing. Do not rush the process. This is a huge mistake that everybody makes. Don't rush the process. Give yourself at least a minimum of 1 year to fail. Just know going into it that you're going to fail for a straight year. You're going to lose money for at least 1 year, and you have to firm it. By the grace of God, I was able to kind of learn somewhat quick. I did lose a lot of money in the process. I taught myself through YouTube, watched a bunch of content, put everything together, but I did wish that I had a mentor, because this would have been significantly easier for me. So that actually moves me on to the next, which is obviously make sure you have a mentor. Hey, I would have saved so much money. There's one regret, that would be not having a mentor. If I had a mentor, bro, things would have been significantly quicker, significantly easier. I wouldn't have lost any money. I would have had a mentor telling me these things that I'm telling you guys now. It would have definitely made the journey a lot easier. So you definitely want to get yourself a mentor. They will make a significant difference in your journey. You will know exact strategy to follow from the get, and you master that strategy because you know that it works for this person who's teaching you. So it obviously would work for you as long as you put in the work and do exactly what they say. So some of you guys might know, indices is one of my favorite things to trade, and there's a few things you need to know before investing into indices. Number one, trade in New York is better for most indices. Things like NAS 100 is one of my favorite indices to trade. So you want to make sure that you trade these in New York. But if you actually want to also start trading things like NASDAQ, that includes Apple stocks as well, I highly recommend that you start using Vantage. Vantage is an all-in-one platform where you can trade indices as well as Forex if that's what you're into, as well as CFDs like gold, which many people like to trade. Then be sure to check out Vantage. Also, you can sign up completely for free. You can literally start trading from today and start your trading journey just like I did back in October 2022. It's one of the best decisions that I've made. So be sure to check out Vantage. And thanks to Vantage for sponsoring this video. Following your mentor strategy religiously, or not following it religiously. This is a mistake that everybody makes. You always want to tweak things, you want to add things, and the one thing that beginner traders mostly do is that you learn bad habits while you trade. You watch other videos, you watch other traders, you passively obtain, you know, knowledge from these, and you apply it once you start seeing the charts. You go on the charts now, you see something that they spoke about, and all of a sudden you start applying it without really knowing, and this messes up with the strategy that you already know works. And when you do this, you lose your trade. Now you've gone backwards, and you end up doing this for so long that you're literally taking 1 step forward, 5 steps backwards. You do this for literally 3-4 years and realize that trading isn't working for you, and that's why most people give up. And that is simply because you're adding an ingredient that just doesn't need to be in the mix. It's not meant to be there. Follow exactly what your mentor teaches you to the T precisely, and most of the time things will work because that is what they do. Just follow it. Simple as just literally follow what they tell you. Don't add anything, don't remove anything. The only point where you can maybe do that is if you just become that guy, like you're making money from the strategy but you want to improve it. Then you have something to fall back to. When you add something you see it's not working, then you can always go back to something that works. That's the only time I would say you can maybe tweak something, but you already make money at that point. Now, if there's one important thing that I did wish somebody told me that I should definitely have, is have someone who's accountable with you. This is something I didn't do, and I did wish I had someone accountable with me, because what this does is it prevents you from making stupid mistakes. There'll be times when you're frustrated, you want to over leverage, you go full margin on a trade, you're revenge trading, you blow the entire thing. If you had someone who knows your trading, someone who sees your accounts, this could be your friend, this could be your mentor, somebody who just has access or is at least able to see your trades every single day. Trust me, when you're about to do something stupid, you would kind of pause a little bit. You have to kind of think. In my case, I pretty much documented my whole learning process and everything on my Instagram. There'll be a link below. You guys do follow me on that, because you can see a bunch of behind the scenes of what I do on Instagram. I'm trying to hit 1K followers on that one as well, so be sure to follow your boy. But Instagram was where I pretty much document my entire learning process. Even when I was failing, I posted it on there, because I know that if I'm gonna lose my entire account today, I'm gonna have to post it, because that's what I've told myself, and I'm being strict on that. I post every single day. That if I don't post, people would know something's up. So I did that. That was a way for me to have people accountable with me in some sort, and that was simply by exposing myself. It's a harder path, but it works. You know, you have to learn. It helps you to learn quickly. It speeds up the process. So those are the 10 things that I wish somebody had told me. Those are the 10 mistakes that I made, that now I'm telling you guys not to make these same mistakes. If you did find value in the video, then be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.